Hello. Hey, I got something to say. Man, I'm so excited. Every time I can have my dear friend Susan Sandler on, and I call her Sissy Sue, it's always an amazing time. I wish you could just be a little, I was going to say a fly, but I wish you could be just a little butterfly in her home when we hang out together. Oh my God. We laugh, we cry, we just have a blast. And I always say to her, well, what do you want to talk about? And we always have so much to talk about. But today, we're going to talk about being the light in the dark. Being the light for really can't find anything to see through. A lot of times we call it viewing the cracks. Oh my gosh, I was just talking about you, gorgeous. We were talking about cracks.
Really? Oh, I can relate to that in many ways. Yes.
Oh, I told them they couldn't be a fly, but they had to be a butterfly hanging out in your home while we're having one of our sleepovers.
Yes. Yes. I hope people aren't getting the wrong impression.
What impression is that? What are you talking about? Anyhow,
I don't know.
it's a big day today. It's a very big day, right?
Yes.
My son, first of all, for the first time ever, is flying alone. And that's not even the biggest part. Ready? The flights were on time. Woo, woo!
Goodness. It's a miracle.
And the TSA, besides patting down every crevice I didn't even know I had because they let me get through the gate. She looks at me and she says, wait, sissy. She says, would you rather do this in private? I thought it would be so much worse if we were doing this in private. Anyhow.
Well, cheers.
There you have it. I felt I was being the light in her crack or my crack, or what was it?
Yes.
All right, before they know all about you, but I didn't realize your signature, and I think it's brilliant that it says Theatrical Speaker, Clarity Strategist, and Fear-Buster. Man, oh man, did you capture that? Can you write my tagline?
Yes, but that has to be after a glass of wine.
Oh, okay. I have LaCroix and coffee right now. All right, so before we go off on a tangent, how was your day?
It was great. It was a
Yeah?
productive day.
Did you do anything fun you can tell us about?
No, I mean, nothing that would probably be of interest. I just got a lot of things done.
Although you did something yesterday of interest, you cleansed.
I did. Yeah. I get a lot of satisfaction from simple what I call administrative tasks. I just take a lot of pleasure in like straightening up and making the coffee for the next day and just simplifying my life. Because then I can focus on the things that really bring meaning into my life once I clear this.
Oh, snap. I love that. I love that. You know, I never thought about it. Those little things build up and they seem to me like bigger than they really are. And they do take away from being able to focus on what you really want to do and what you want to create.
Yeah. I like to get, there's a sense of satisfaction when I get all the noise out of my life.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
it. Really is. Yeah.
All right, by the way, you do look marvelous. I just want to say that.
Thank you.
You look stunning, yeah. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, oh crap, Sissy's going to be upset because my bra strap was
No. one of the things that I really enjoy about you is that actually you've taught me to be looser about myself. And,
Ooh.
I put my face on and I did my hair and things like that. But I don't worry as much about what I look like. And maybe that's a function of getting older and you go, well, this is how I look now.
This is it, baby.
Right? Right? And one of the things that I find and one of the reasons I love you so much is I just love quirks. You're quirky and you make me feel so much more relaxed about human.
I like that. I'll take that, Sissy. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. Well, when we were talking the other day about, hey, what do you want to talk about this time? And I told Susan that I want her to come on whenever anybody can't come on because we always have great conversations and it's just whatever we want to talk about. But I do want to make sure we get this one in because I want you to talk about the one thing that you want to say. I said, what do you want to get out there today in the world? Tell them what it was.
So it's being the light in the darkness. And what I mean by that is that, it's such an especially difficult time right now. And there's a lot of angst and uncertainty in the world. And so many things that are just out of our control and even our influence. And what I'm learning, what I learned through the pandemic and now, there's still a lot of uncertainty, is that the only thing that I have any kind of control over is what I do, is myself.
Mm.
And I have made it my focus when I'm out and about in the world to really be a source of light for other people, no matter where I am, the grocery store, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually maybe I'd put it like this. It's like I say to myself, in this situation, how can I make this lighter? Or how can I be I don't know, just make the situation a little less difficult. And so I thought, maybe I could share with some of the folks, maybe they could share with us some of the things that we can do to make the world a little better, especially when things are difficult.
Well, I'm so glad you said that because the emails I got have a lot of ideas. So I went out to my peeps before you came on.
Ah, good.
And I said, what do you want to ask or tell Sissy Sue about being the light in the world? And you would be so surprised. First of all, the thing that I got over and over again here is, I know it sounds simple, but they called you Ms. Sandler, so it was very professional. Ms. Sandler, that I find when I just smile, and she says it 3 times at people, it makes them feel different and me feel different.
Yes. That's simple, isn't it?
Crazy.
Wow. Yes.
That crazy.
Great.
The other one, which I can relate to, and I think I know who this is, but we'll call her Sally B. Sally B says, I really will go out of my way when someone is being a frowny face, quote unquote, to cheer them up. It's almost like a challenge. And that's me. Like if there's somebody that's waiting on me, I mean, I'll literally break out in a dance just to change that mood. I mean, seriously, because I know it's affecting them, it's affecting me, it's affecting everybody around them.
Yeah.
And it's almost a hoot. And I'll say to the person behind me, because they'll go, no wonder my son and my husband don't want to go in stores with me, but they wait in the car. I'll go, wait, check this out. Let's see how long I can take this mood up a notch. And I make it a game. I make it a gun. It's now keep in mind, I think I've created all these games and I've taken them up a notch because of me selling the health clubs and being more virtual. I'm going wackadoo. I'm missing humans. So I entertain myself at the local Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, coffee shop. Do you do that?
I don't go as far as you go. What I tend to do, depending on if I have an opening, what I mean by that one seems available,
Yeah.
I usually compliment them.
Oh.
Simple compliment. I look in their eyes, like I notice them. Because I think what often happens, well, we have our little habits and we, encounter the postman or woman, the Amazon guy. We're like intimate friends now because so many.
You order so much, yeah.
I order so much, and it's like when you ask somebody, like, "How are you?" Oh, that's a beautiful blouse, or oh, you really know how to bag. Like I'm actually so mesmerized by how people can pack a shopping bag. The cashiers. I can't do it. I can't do it. And the ones that take so much care doing it, like I just appreciate the skill.
And you tell them? That's awesome.
Yeah. I said, thank you for taking such care and packing my bag. I appreciate it. And it's just so funny. Or one actually really interesting thing that happened to me or with me was I was in Whole Foods. I used to go to Whole Foods very often. And there was a cashier there who I just thought she had the most beautiful voice. And I'm a singer, and I said to her, "You have the most beautiful voice. Do you sing?" And she said to me, "Well," she said, "I do." But she said, "In fact, they're asking me to sing at my church, but I'm too afraid to sing. I'm nervous." So I said, "Well, you should come see my one-woman show because I talk about, finding your voice on the other side of fear." She came to see my show.
Shut up.
Yes, she came to see my show. And she said on camera that after I told her what a beautiful voice she had, and I told her a little bit about my show, she went and sang in the church choir. This is what I'm talking about, is that we are so much more powerful than we ordinarily give ourselves credit for. Yeah. And it's small moments that can actually light up somebody's life.
Yeah. Had a huge impact. That little thing of, you have a beautiful voice, could have just ended right there. You don't know. And just in that's enough. Yeah. But look how you probably changed her life. She's probably still singing. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. This was a big one. And it's something that you mentioned. And this person saying she's trying to be better at it. Listening.
Oh, yeah.
Because even to hold that space for someone, not trying to give them an answer, not trying to solve a problem, not already judging them, but you, and I talk about this all the time, just listen can light up the world. And as much as you could talk, you are an incredible listener.
Thank you.
You really are. You really are. You intently listen to someone. Intently. And when you do that, you go, oh, I really feel heard. and it makes you feel special. And you can see the difference, Sissy, than someone that goes, and it's all right. I mean, if you're just talking smack, yeah, or even better, you can see in their face, they're just waiting for you to shut up so they can say what's on their mind and what they need to get out to change what you're saying around. Like they're not really listening. They just want you to stop talking so they can talk.
Yeah.
Do you experience that?
Yes. Yeah. I think that's very common, as a matter of
fact.
Yeah. And yet, listening without an agenda, open and allow the other person to impact you, I think is the greatest gift you can give anyone. Because Absolutely. It's rare and because it makes people feel seen.
Yep. And when you do that, you're not already in your head jumping to the next conclusion. You're not, a lot of people, like, once they know you have a certain opinion, they're almost shutting you down. So they didn't really truly listen. And when you do, even if you don't have the same belief or agree, I feel like you learn so much more.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So much more. I mean, you and I are a lot alike. We do have differences, and we listen wholeheartedly to each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 I learned this kind of the hard way, I guess. Well, it's not the hard way, but the power of listening. When someone, so I used to consult for, I used to be an employee of a large nonprofit. And I was in a capacity to be able to provide guidance and advice to, other people. And, what I would do is, if somebody came to me with a problem, I would say, oh, you should read this book, or here's a piece of advice, or you could do this, or you could do that. And then I had something that happened to me when my mother died. It was an epiphany for me where it just changed me. And suddenly I found myself listening a lot more deeply, like from a different place. And a colleague of mine said one time, she said, Sue, you used to give me all these books to read and all this great advice, but something has changed in you. And now you listen to me like I'm the only person in the world. I come up with my own answers. I relax. I see differently because I feel seen. And so I didn't always listen like that. I thought that my value was in my advice and fixing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've learned that really the more powerful tool is listening, asking questions from your curiosity. Really, so you can understand more deeply where this person is coming from. And I think that's a really wonderful gift. It's a way to light up the world.
Yeah, I like that. This young lady wants to know if you have any tips for her, how she could become a better listener. Keep in mind, her kids, 5 of them.
Yes.
5 of them says she doesn't listen to them. Now that's a whole nother story.
I think being a mother is the hardest job in the entire world. I really do.
Yeah.
But
how could she become a better listener to her kids?
Well, I really think it's really focusing on them. And it's almost like focusing on your own breath. And I call it dropping your agenda. It's as if when I listen to someone, when I'm, unless I'm not feeling good, unless there's something going on with me, I listen as if like I'm so intrigued by them. Like I don't make any assumptions in my mind about what they're saying, what they're supposed to be saying, the fact that I should have dinner, cooked in because somebody's coming over. I focus exclusively on them.
Yeah.
And it's hard when you don't allow yourself to be mesmerized by them. Because, we have 50,000 thoughts in any given day, right? So our mind is like going. So that's why it's your own mind so that you can really give people the gift of your life.
Yeah. I can imagine them. 5 kids carpooling, making dinner. She's probably going, She's
right. Yeah, that's
grinding over here and all that. So you really have to, what I think, like choose, even if it's not a lot of times where you can give them your full attention. You know what I think is a really good time? One-on-one, especially when you have a lot of kids, and it really does open them up. When you're in the car driving. Because it sounds like, okay, you're driving, but you can really listen to intently. And most kids, especially if they're teenagers, they open up more for some reason. Just sitting there, don't push them. You're driving somewhere and you're not drilling them. They feel like, boom, they open up more.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to this one other question. Ready?
Yep.
All right, I think I'm a pretty good listener. I'm sure I could get better, but do you have any advice to get my husband to listen to me? I feel so unseen. He's always either reading the newspaper on his phone or watching TV or doing something out for work and saying, I don't have to make eye contact to hear you. That's what I have to say. That's my advice. Big poopy head. Like that one?
Yeah, that's one thing. Well,
what could she say there?
Yeah.
Besides you're a big poopy head.
Yeah. Well, in my experience, what I find with men in general is that they respond a lot better to touch. To sweet.
Where are we going with this, sissy? Where are we going?
Like a hug.
Okay.
Doing sweet things. And sometimes I find, a lot of times I find that when we open up the complaint department with men, and sometimes with other women, they just shut down. And the environment is really, really important. And and I don't know, I'm not responding to this particular, questioner, but it's taken me a lot of years before I understood how to really treat a man so that I get more out of him. Yeah. I've kind of made a study of it.
This is a whole nother podcast series.
Whole nother podcast.
The study of man with a simple touch.
Yeah.
In between the cracks. Oh my God, I have so many jokes going on. All right.
Yeah.
So, backing up, I think you're right. If you just say, you never listen to me, you never listen to me, you never listen to me, why don't you listen to me, they hear wah, 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 wah. If that's you have to think about your outcome.
Yeah.
right? You're not going to get that. But there's other ways to express yourself and show kindness so that it shifts gears.
Yeah. And there are ways to say things.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's ways to say things. Like I know even for me, if I say, hey, I know you're really busy. I'll do it differently. I know you got a lot going on there. I know you're really busy. Let me know, in my way, I go, let me know when you have time to chit chat. I would really love to see your eyeballs. I get so much more. It may not be right then,
Yeah.
but I have the outcome I want.
Right.
With feeling I'm actually being heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. All right. Oh,
What?
we have to go. I hate that. I hate when we have to go. I don't like that. I feel like we just got on here. 30 minutes goes by. So before we leave,
Yeah.
what else? Any gems, anything else that's on your mind before we go into the long weekend that you have for our listeners?
Well, I would say that the key is really noticing and complimenting. Notice when you really appreciate something about someone.
Yeah.
Let what it is, and let them light you up.
Oh,
let them
I
see
love that.
their reflection in your eyes.
That's good. And you know what you remind me of is that, and you keep saying it, when there's an opportunity, don't just make something up. Really believe it and be sincere in it. Like this whole time I'm thinking how gorgeous your earrings are. And I love the way your hair is and but I really mean it. But like, I know what you're saying. Like, make sure that you're saying it. You're not just saying it. Like, you truly are sincere and mean it. Ah, sissy. All right. So if they want to find you, where can they find you? Where can they look you up? Because you got, a lot of things to offer here. Theatrical Speaker, Clarity Strategist, and Fear-Buster. I don't know why I did that, but.
Yes. My website is susanlsandler.com.
Susan L. Sandler.
Sandler.com.
All right. I got something to say, people. Didn't we have something to say? You're definitely going to want to share this, rate this, like it. Susan, I would really appreciate it. And just go out today, wherever you're going, and let us know what you did to light up somebody's world. We would really appreciate that. Reach out on any of the social media channels. Doesn't matter. Susan's or mine. I want to know what you did or what you do to light up the world. Until next time, you know what I'm going to say. Toodles. Bye, Susan.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.